It's true, pacu are closely related to piranha. They're all in the tetra family, and they even inhabit the same waters as piranha in Central and South America. And they're able to do this by mimicking the piranha. Some pacu remain looking like piranha, such as my albino pair. They mimic by having the same spots and look a lot like the piranha when they're small. Also, they are very well adapted. Even though they have a great size, they're very slender fish. Not as slender as a discus, but like a discus or angelfish, they're able to slide through tall grass and tall plants. And primarily herbivores, they still will take advantage of a smaller fish on occasion. However, I've never ever had my pair that I'm aware of take a fish, and I've got lots of smaller fish in the tanks with them. I started out with 2 of them that were about half dollar size, silver dollar size, for people that have never seen a half dollar. Small fish, I think they were like $8.99 a piece. They weren't $10 because I wouldn't have bought them if they were more. Got them at Knoxville at a pet store up there, an aquarium store. I've had them probably about 3 years. 3 years this summer, I'm guessing. That's just a guess. They've grown to 14 and 14 and a half inches. This fellow here is the 14 and a half inch, and I have no idea what their sexes are. I haven't tried to sex them, and that could be done just by looking at their external sex orifices and things underneath their bellies, but nobody wants to pull a 14-inch fish out to look at its belly. When they're young, they like to school, so I had 3 of them originally, and one never did well, and it passed after a few months. The other 2 stayed together all the time and played together all the time, schooled together, and now they're rarely together. They're a little territorial. That's the 14-inch one down at that end. This is a 180-gallon tank with a parrot swing hanging on it. For people that are curious if they have enough room. They do. Most people would say they do, but I have a pond, a swimming pool that I bought for them that's several hundred gallons, so eventually they'll be moving into that. And it's an inside swimming pool, and it takes up a bedroom, but not yet. They're okay in here. They still have, this is a 6-foot tank, so they still have lots of room to swim back and forth, which they don't choose to do very much. It's either 24 or 28 inches wide. A lot of monster fish keepers say they want to keep their fish from touching the sides when they turn around, so I don't know how reliable that standard is, but it certainly seems to make sense. You can see he's still at an angle, a 90-degree angle coming in, but he'll go over half the length of the side if he turns sideways for us. And again, I just say he, I don't know what they are sex-wise. He knows I'm going to feed him. Like I said, these guys are herbivores, so of course never any plants in here with them. They love duckweed. Let's just swallow it down. As will the severum and a lot of the other herbivore fish in here. But I'm going to give him a snack of some nuts, and he knows that. Some nuts, cashew nuts, and dried fruits. Those are dried cranberries, almonds, cashews, sometimes peanuts. Like me, they don't seem to like them as well, so we get the better stuff. It's an almond. That's just a regular size almond, so it gives you an idea. You see it didn't hardly chew it at all. Their teeth are another distinctive difference in these guys and piranha, in that these guys have they're sometimes said to have human teeth, but they just have square, boxy, unsharp teeth. Their teeth are made for crushing, not ripping and tearing like their cousins, piranhas. So there you can see a little bit. So they can put a hurt on you because they have a hard bite force, but really not rip any flesh out. What else about these guys? They're very modest. They're very calm. I have put my hand around them many times and never been bitten, or, you know, they never act like they are interested in biting me. They always watch my hand for food, so that they are interested in. The size is the main thing I'm sure people are already saying as they're watching this. Most people say these guys are going to get 24 inches, some 25, and few sources, some rare sources, say they'll get to 3 feet. I don't know of any 3-foot ones unless they're at the Ohio Fish Rescue. I know that Predatory Fins, great place to buy your monster fish, has a bunch of these right now at 3 inches, and they're $45 each. So that's an awesome price on these guys, especially the way the economy and things are right now. But you want to be sure you've got a tank, you know, big enough to accommodate them, because they do grow fast. And again, you can see how much room there is there. So they're okay. As far as filtration, I've just got some 2 150-gallon, 2 150 hang-on banks titles, and then I do some aeration and some water movement, some power heads. Going down there to see. Got algae all over the side. Didn't intend to sit down and do a video, so sorry for that. Oh, sorry. Let's take a look at the other one down there. He's probably down there looking to see if the other one's eating, and if I feed the other one, he'll come down there because they are a little competitive for food. You see that one's not quite, there's a nid in there, not quite as big. As far as water parameters, he went back. Simple community tank parameters, 6 to 8 pH, temperature 75, 82. I run this tank 70, 8, 80 all the time. The pH always runs low in here. It's all the wood. And in fact, I sometimes have to treat the water. I do a 50% water change every week in here. And they're about to get that. I know when it gets about half an inch down or an inch below surface. It's been a week, so I like to keep the water really clean for them and the other fish. And that's the key to good health and grow out. I've never had any health issues with these guys. I think it's this one got against a heater once somehow and got a heater burn. So very careful with that now. Have heater covers. So yeah, here's your Pacu. Sweet fish, very nice. Almost comical expressions. I think I've given him everything I had to. They will come up to the surface. That last piece of dried fruit floated. So they do like things that fall in the water. They'll often in the wild be underneath a fruit tree, or of course they go inland when the Amazon and other rivers flood during flood season, and they have a huge amount of stuff that falls in the water or gets flooded into the water to eat. And again, most of that's vegetation and fruit, nuts. So any questions or comments, happy to talk about those down in the comments. And some of this information is stuff that I've researched from several reliable sources, and some of it's just my experience with them. So thanks for watching.